Example 2 on dividing polynomials using synthetic division. Here I have this polynomial divided by this divisor. Automatically I notice that x minus 2 is a linear binomial. Now this is very important for you to notice because whenever you have linear binomials, that means we can use synthetic division, which is easier to do than long division, okay? Now I can also do this problem using long division. You should get the same exact answer. Okay, so I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I have a linear binomial as a divisor, and I'm going to use synthetic division. So let's do our setup. Remember that we use an upside down division box, or that's the way I do it. Some books use different setups, but it's basically the same thing. And inside this division box, I'm going to list all the coefficients of the dividend. Now be careful, always check to see that the dividend is written in standard form. If it's not, rewrite it in standard form. So here I notice that this is not written in standard form, so I'm going to rewrite it. The first term should be the highest power term, okay? And then the next term should be the next power term in descending order. So there you have it. Now it's written in standard form. The other thing you have to notice is if you're missing any exponents, fill them in with zeros. So I have an x to the third power, x to the second power. I don't have an x to the first power term. So when I write these coefficients here, I have to make sure to include that 0 for the x to the first power term. So my first coefficient is a 3. I'm going to write 3. And the second coefficient is a 4. The third coefficient, which is missing, that x term, that I'm going to fill in with a 0. And then my constant term, which is a 10. Okay? There are the coefficients. And remember, outside this box is the divisor. Now we're not going to write x minus 2 outside the box. We're going to take x minus 2, we're going to equal it to 0, and we're going to solve for x. And that gives you x is equal to 2 if I add 2 to both sides here. Okay, I'll get x is equal to 2. That 2 is the number that's going to go outside of this box. And now we can start dividing. What do? We take that very first term, that very first coefficient, we bring it down. We don't do anything to it, just bring it straight down. And then we multiply 3 times 2. That makes 6, and we write it underneath the next coefficient, and now we add. 4 plus 6, 10. Now we multiply 10 times 2, that makes 20. And then we add 0 plus 20, 20. 20 times 2, 40. And 10 plus 40, that makes 50. Remember that the very last number, we box it off because this is our remainder. The number right next to the remainder, that will be your constant. This one will be your x term, and this will be your x squared term. And if we had any other coefficients here, we would keep increasing the powers of x. So we start with x to the first, x to the second. The very first number is your constant, which is x to the 0. Okay? And there you have your quotient. Now, how do we rewrite this so that it looks like a quotient? This is what you do. You take 3, which is the coefficient of your x squared term. So 3x squared. 10, that means plus 10 because 10 is positive. 10 what? 10 x's. And then we have plus 20, which is your constant. Plus, we have a remainder of 50. And remember how we write the remainder. We write the remainder 50 over the divisor, which is x minus 2. So this original division is equal to this quotient plus this remainder. And there you have it. I'll do one more example. So I'll see you in the next video.